Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Today's episode is brought to you by Everything is Messy, a book about resilience, reality, and personal development with recipes to help you live a happy, healthy, positive, and productive life. What you can expect from this book, it is a one-of-a-kind publication. You are going to experience a little bit of everything. Personal development, life lessons, real solutions, budget-friendly vegan recipes, there's over 20 of them in here, and proof that anything is possible when following the right formula. I want you to enjoy this journey when you read Everything is Messy. I want it to really make you think about the goals you have and the dreams you stopped chasing. I want this book to help you get organized, be creative in the kitchen, level up in life, and I want it to make you believe again. You can, and I promise, have anything out of life, but you simply must put in the work. Use this book when you need it. Come back to it and, of course, share it with a friend. It is better to go through these times in life with an excellent support system, a good head on your shoulders, and a sense of humor, and the understanding that manifesting and visualizing an outcome can profoundly change your life. You guys, Everything is Messy is out now. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on Barnes & Noble. Head to everythingismessy.com. You can check your favorite retailer that is currently available, the ebook and the paperback, in the United States, in the UK, in Europe, in New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. I'm so proud of this book, and the best thing is that you can probably read it in about 2 hours or so, and the community to join with over 100 healthy recipes is completely free. So head to everythingismessy.com, grab a copy of your book today, whether it's the ebook or the paperback. If you'd like a signed copy, send me a DM on Instagram at The Happy Workaholic. I would be more than happy to write a special message for you and your friend in the book. Pop it in the mail. And don't forget to head on over to everythingismessy.com to see which retailer in your country, in your city, is currently carrying the book, as well as online, and the link to join the free community where I have filmed over 100 healthy recipes, how-to videos, and so many other life hacks, kitchen hacks. I have special links with brands where you get brand deals, and there's so much more in the Everything is Messy community. So again, head to everythingismessy.com, check out all the details, and I cannot wait to see you in the community. Hello, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today, I will be answering the most recent questions I've been getting from fellow podcasters about all things podcasting. Now, if you're looking to launch your own podcast, I have great news for you because I have a free podcast school that will teach you how to launch, how to market, how to monetize, basically all things except production. I also take hourly calls. I am taking a break from developing shows, as I've done 21 now over the past couple of years. So I'm pretty well versed when it comes to podcasting, but there's always room to grow, always room for improvement. And the audio world is always changing. So what I'm going to be answering now are the questions I received over the last couple of weeks since I posted asking, what questions. I just broke this thing that my foot is on in my closet. And I just did it again. Welcome to my life. I haven't fully adjusted into this recording studio that I'm going to have. So there's that. But going back to the free podcast school, if you're interested, it's completely free. It's called On the House Podcast School. It's something I created for everybody that is looking for more information and doesn't have a budget and just wants to learn, because I was there when I launched my own show in 2016. I literally had no fucking idea what the hell I was doing. And then I turned it into a complete podcast development program. So I'm telling you, all you need to just do is start. But if you want access to On the House Podcast School, just visit thehappyworkaholic.com and then sign up to receive my weekly newsletter. And then you'll automatically get emailed the link for that school. And I have so much other content in my Facebook groups, on my YouTube channel. If you ever want to do an hourly call, we could always do something like that. I am, again, taking a break from developing shows at the moment because it's very, very time consuming. And the fact that I just launched over 20 different podcasts with 20 other clients is exhausting. I love it, but I'm just taking a little break. But I am taking hourly coaching calls. So if you want to just pick my brain, if you're like ready to go and you're just like, I just need some more input, or you're all over the place like I was and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck to do. And that's why I'm doing the hourly calls. So if that's something you're interested in, you can visit that on my website as well. But today I wanted to do more questions, answer them rather. Oh my God, I am so exhausted today. I don't know about you guys, but it just like hit me. I was going all week. So if you're ready to launch, market, and monetize, visit On the House Podcast School. If you're ready to learn more, get ready to take some notes because these are some pretty good questions that I received over the last week or so. So first of all, the other day on my Instagram, I posted a quote having to do with you just need to start. Now, if you're new to my story or my show, just to give you a little example of why you just need to start, if you want to scroll back to my very first episode from 2016, you can literally hear the smoke alarm going off. You know when that battery dies and you can't reach it? Yeah, that was in my show. I used to produce my show in iMovie and upload video files instead of audio files. My artwork was never crystal clear. What else? Like literally so many mistakes. And I literally just started because all I wanted to do was share my health story, but then bring in a business aspect to it. And Gary Vee, one of my mentors, I literally was just like, he keeps telling me to start. I see all of his posts. I'm listening to everything he's saying on his show. Like, fuck it. I just need to do it. And so I launched my show talking about business, LinkedIn, and my life with an autoimmune disease. And that's not normal. Nothing I do is normal. I'm literally sitting on like plastic Tupperwares in my closet so that I can get good audio right now because there's kids on their freaking skateboards outside. And I shut down everything, shut the windows, and you could still hear their little voices and skateboards. So this isn't normal, but it works. And I should take a picture so you can see it on my stories because when you hear the audio, it sounds amazing because now I know how to produce because I also taught myself that. I'm sharing all of this because I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And I also never have a normal show. My content is very different. And so there's really only one way to put a show like that together, and that's with multiple series, just so it's organized for you, the person that's listening, as well as the host or the production team or manager, whoever has anything to do with your podcast. You need things organized, number one. So one of the questions I was asked is, I need to take a break from my show. Is that going to kill my downloads? Like, how do I even do that? So the answer to that question is honestly, you need to let your audience know, whether it's on social media or on the show. I'm very vocal about when I need like a little mental health hiatus or if I'm just completely burnt out and exhausted like I was after the pandemic. I needed a break, and there's a lot of things in my business that I'm changing. So I need time to create content. My brain doesn't work when I need to create something if I am in a place like in my mind that's not good. Like I just need extra hours of the day. I get up earlier. I just have my own routine, but taking a break is always okay. So in order to do that, the best way is to let your audience know. So whether it's you hopping on the mic for like literally just 2 minutes and saying, oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Whether it's you taking a break, letting your audience know. So if you get on the mic, just take like 2 minutes, record something like, hey, I just wanted to pop on the show on my mic really quick and just let you know I am taking a break. Follow me on Instagram. I'll keep you posted. Or if they're on their, if they're on your email list and your newsletter, that's even better. Because you do own that other than any other social media channel. But just keep your listeners in the loop, because you never know who's listening. You never know who's watching your content, where people's eyeballs and ears are, and you're creating content for a reason. And it's the ones that are always binging it that you'll never hear from, because I don't hear from them for years. And they're like, I've listened to every single one of your shows. I'm like, have you left a review? So that's something that is so crazy to a podcaster. Especially after like a really long time. But some people come out of the woodworks and just find your show because they're searching for certain titles and certain topics, and then they keep listening, and then all of a sudden you disappear. They're never going to come back to your show. And if you don't share with your audience why, or post on your social media, or let them know in your email, your newsletter, it's really annoying. Like, where did they go? You know, like, so just let them know whatever way you can. I mean, there's been times where I was in the hospital, you know, when I was sick, and I'd even record in the ER sometimes, but I was like, this show's going to sound awful, but I'm trying so hard to stick to it. And then some days I was just a mental and physical and emotional basket case. I was like, it's not happening today. So, and then some days I record 8 episodes in a day. Like, you just never know how your days are going to go, what life throws your way, you know, so just be honest with your audience and just keep everybody in the loop as much as you possibly can. So that's my answer to those types of questions when it comes to, you know, taking a break and all of that. Now, when you do share your episodes and repurpose your content, which I'm constantly doing, I have a marketing funnel. I do all different versions of repurposing. I highly recommend that. And that's exactly how you're going to get more downloads. And that is what I've been getting asked. Like, how do I get more downloads? I'm in 82 countries right now, which is still like insane. And people are searching for content. And my podcast is repurposed on Amazon, which is SEO. It's repurposed on Pinterest. It's repurposed on LinkedIn. All the social media channels, every single one of them, in a different way, whether it's audio, whether it's video, whether it's a blog post. People are searching for content. And when you title your episodes in a certain way, SEO is so important to SEO your titles, because that's how they're going to come across your show. The more times you repurpose your content, the more times your show can be seen. Your episodes can be seen. Again, my show is very different. So I'm working with business, entrepreneurship, mental health, you know, and then people are still looking for PTSD info and anything having to do with being misdiagnosed and actually being sick from when I actually really was before, but then I wasn't. So all of those titles, I'm still getting downloads because people are searching for that information. So it's really important that you SEO your title as much as you possibly can, but also repurpose your content. So I want to share with you a couple ways that I do mine. So there's a Headliner app that's really good. Audio Burst is what myself and all my clients have access to because they have a partnership with Blueberry. Blueberry is the host that I use. If you are somebody that has a show on another platform other than Blueberry, I highly recommend you migrate it over. It's a really simple process. I can show you how to do it. I've done it for a number of clients, and within 7 days, their downloads were over 100%. It's absolutely insane. You have access to more countries, more platforms, and just so much more information. But in regards to how and really the tools I use to repurpose, I do LinkedIn blogs, I do Medium blogs, I do Audio Burst and Headliner for videos. I use Repurpose for videos. So now I'm pushing them to my Instagram channel, which actually comes from YouTube, but which actually from that before comes from the original blog post when I upload my show. So it's a whole bubble. It's like a whole marketing funnel. And if you're kind of confused as to what I'm talking about right now, I have so many videos where I actually explain this on my TikTok. So you can find me at the Happy Workaholic. I haven't posted there in a really long time because I'm in content creation mode and it's really hard to do videos when I'm writing. So, and I'm trying to finalize this medical product. So I need time for my brain when I'm creating. So it's really hard to show up with a video at the same time. So I took a little hiatus, and that's totally okay. You just let people know why did I go MIA? And most of the people on my TikTok are also on my Instagram and watch my stories every day. So luckily that happened for me. But again, you just need to let your audience and your followers know. Don't like ghost them. You know, I can't even tell you how many times I've posted like, I'm taking a social media break. Now everybody knows, like, I'm not, you know, I'm still alive and kicking. I just need a little hiatus. But as far as the tools, so I use Repurpose, I use Headliner, I use Audio Burst, and then I do the blog posts. So I have LinkedIn, I have Medium, I have my website, and then I have Pinterest. And another tool I use for that is IFTTT, which I have a whole nother marketing funnel. All of this, again, there are so many videos on my TikTok. So it will literally show you how I do it. I create my own schedule. Now, that is to answer those questions on repurposing and sharing your episode and getting more downloads and all of that. Another question I've been asked recently is, how do I end my show? So there's two ways. You either just end and stop. If you're on like a free platform or something like that, people will still find your content and follow you online anywhere you are. Or you can end it and stop paying the hosting, and then it honestly just disappears. So it's up to you. I mean, is $12 a month a fee that you can live with for getting more followers on your other platforms? I mean, I would. Or do you want to just delete it because you don't want to pay $12 and you're pivoting your brand, like you're over it, you don't need it anymore? I mean, honestly, it's up to you. If you ask me that question in, another 3 months, my life could change. So who knows? So it's really up to you on how. But again, you need to let your audience know. You need to get them on your email list and then get them following you on all your social media channels. Now, when it comes time to pivoting your show, this kind of goes back to how I launched. My show was about business, LinkedIn, and my life with an autoimmune disease. And I've pivoted so many times. So what I like to do is, again, let my audience know. A lot of the times you pivot because you see a spike in downloads and like, okay, my audience wants to hear more of this. Like for me, for example, anything mental health, people are dying for more information on that. So that's why I keep talking more about it from my own personal experience so that I can help more people. So if you scroll back to the last episode, I was talking all about, and these were, I'm answering these questions on how I manage my business alongside my mental health, because sometimes you can't. So I was just sharing my 2 cents on like how I actually do it. So if you're looking at your downloads, or you just want to completely change your name of the show and your content and your music, like literally all of that, again, just let your listeners know, let your followers know. And then if you're going to add more content on top of what you already have, then you just pivot, and that's totally fine. Just again, let everybody know, because they're going to be like, whoa, that just came out of left field. But create series to keep everything organized. So if you go to my website, if you're looking for the Leverage Your LinkedIn series, your podcast production series, any kind of series I have, some people listen to this show only for business information. Some people have been listening since day one and they have an autoimmune disease. Some people like to hear my legal battle stories, so everything is organized in a series, because I do a lot of things. I have my hands in like a lot of pots, and I'm always creating something new. And I have a very different audience because I do that. So the people that listen about business, they don't care about something I'm creating for patients or the medical community, So I just like to keep everything organized. And then when it comes to organization, when you have the files for your show, I want to answer this because a lot of people ask me, like, how do I keep everything so organized? I am the queen bee when it comes to organization, and I'm not just talking like in real life, I'm talking digitally. Every single thing on my desktop, I can point it out to you in 2 seconds. I have 3 external hard drives. I use Backblaze. By the way, everything I'm mentioning today, I have codes for you. So they're all on my Brands I Love, I think I named it, page on my website. So you can get money off if you want to try any of these products. I always like to give discounts or get discounts rather for you if you need to use any of these products. When it comes to organizing digital files, I'm usually working with an MP4 and MP3. I have to convert the files, so it's a video and audio, and I label them MP3, MP4. And with the title of the episode as well, because at one point, I think I had 13 clients at the same time. I was creating 13 different shows at the same time. That is freaking nuts. And I can't even explain to you how many files that is, because we were launching like back to back to back to back to back. So if I was not organized, I don't even know how I would have survived that craziness. I was going to say chaos, but some days it was chaos, but I mean, I love what I do, so I'm definitely not complaining, but you have to find your own system and how to stay organized, because here's the thing. God forbid something happens with your hosting platform and something gets deleted and you can't find your file. If your shit's all over the place on your desktop and you're not backing shit up, say your computer crashes, how are you going to go find that file? You're not. You're going to have to re-record. That is the biggest pain in the ass. So save yourself some time, money, and energy and label your files and make sure you back up your computer every 15 days, especially if you have a PC. So again, I use Backblaze. I pop in my external hard drive. I have it on my external hard drive, my desktop, as well as online on their website. And also, speaking of organization, something else that you want to do is, if that time comes and you do have like a little dilemma, you want to have a relationship with somebody at your hosting company. I've been using Blueberry, and all of my clients are hosted on Blueberry since 2016, and their service is amazing. They have the best group of people that work there, and I've created a really great relationship where I'll just text them and be like, oh my God, what is happening? Why won't this upload? You know, like like a crazy situation will happen and immediately we can figure it out, like 24/7. And that's why it's really great to stay organized digitally, you know, on your computer, with your files, with your show, with your audience, as well as your hosting company and the relationships that you have, especially when you have guests on your show. You need to be organized with your schedule, because if you keep changing your guests to come on your show, that's annoying. I've had a number of people do that to me, and I've actually just canceled because I don't even want to talk to them. That's just me. That's just how I am. When somebody wants to, quote unquote, pick my brain and like ask me business questions, you now have 5 minutes. If you can't ask me in 5 minutes, then there's like, I don't have time. Time is money. And that's that. I mean, it may sound harsh, but you should try it, and then you'll thank me later, because my biggest pet peeve is people wasting my time. I am creating a lot of things to help other people, and when I'm running late, or like I'm postponed, or just like a million other things like that waste my time, I literally can't stand it. Like, I hate being late. Today I was late 10 minutes at the dentist. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I felt so guilty, and that was my own fault, because I literally hit snooze for the first time in forever. I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? But I did it. And then I was sitting in the chair and I was dying for a bagel, and this is so off topic, but this is just my life. And we're like dreaming of bagels. So I brought them a dozen bagels with cream cheese and butter and everything after I left the dentist, just as a thank you. I'm like, I'm really not an asshole. I'm sorry I was late. So there's that. Anyway, again, creating relationships is so important, and at the dentist as well. So there's that. Another way to keep your files organized with this series and turn it into paid content is to organize those files as well. Because here's the thing. I can absolutely monetize the podcast school that I was talking about earlier on the House Podcast School. I can absolutely be doing that right now. I don't have time, and it doesn't make sense for me to invest more time to do something like that at this moment. Can I do it down the line? Absolutely. But for me personally, I'd rather get on a video call with someone and walk them through it and then show them that there's free content somewhere else, because I feel like I can give them, or you, whoever is in need of this information, a lot more in 60 minutes than you can get on your own doing something else. So I don't know. I just feel like there's so much content in the podcast school, and that's years worth of files that I've put in there. And then once you get through the school, you can do it on your own time. You can write down questions and then just hop on a call with me for an hour and be like, okay, these are like my 25 questions. Like, let's bang them out. Like, boom, boom, boom. And I feel like you'd be on a great path to launching your own very successful show after that. what you could do is with your series, once they're organized in different shows, grab those audio files or video files and turn them into a school and monetize it and have people paying for content. You want to get paid for your time, money, and you want to get paid for your time and your energy that you're putting into creating all this content. So that's another great idea. And somebody had asked me a question about, getting paid more to podcast. So that's definitely another option for you, is literally turn it into like a podcast school kind of module, and then even add it to a Facebook group. But I would recommend doing something that you own and capture emails before you start giving away this content, because emails, you want to keep your audience in the loop. It's something I highly suggest and recommend to every single, not only podcaster, but business owner. Even people that don't have a business. Do you know how much easier that would be to make a digital card and send it to your email list? I mean, come on. Okay. Next question is all about artwork. Artwork uploading and changing the title of your show and graphics. It's really easy. One of my older clients did it, I think like 2 weeks ago. No, maybe like a month ago. Anyway, she was asking me like, how do I do it? And I'm like, oh, you just have to go here. And I sent her like little video snapshots, but you literally just upload it and then wait for the other platforms to sync it with your RSS feed. So sometimes it takes a day or two. Sometimes it's automatic. I have no control over that. It's all the specific hosting platforms like Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, all of them. iHeart, Amazon Audible, they all take their own time, but all they need to do is refresh the RSS feed for your new artwork to show up. So that's how long that takes. And the system to upload it, it's literally just uploading another link, exactly how you did it in the beginning. So that's pretty simple. Another question was having another show. I think it's great to have 2 shows if you have the time, and you can use them to promote one another. A prime example of this is Jackie Schimmel. She just launched another show called Mind, Body, No Soul. And it's all like meditations and mantras that are fucking hilarious. And I mean, the show is called Mind, Body, and No Soul. So if you know Jackie Schimmel, like, she's fucking hilarious. Her Instagram stories, I don't watch many Instagram stories, but she's definitely one that I watch. Her and Heather McMahon, their shows are on Dear Media. They are fucking hilarious. So go watch them. But she has another show, and they are kind of promoting one another. And so that's a really smart way to market. I have another show. I did have another show called All the Vibes when I was traveling and living my best life before the pandemic. So obviously I stopped that. But there's like funny stories on there where I wanted to keep this one more like business, mental health related. And then the other one was just like real life stories. So my move to Mexico is on there, and like other crazy shit. So when I launched that show, the audience would listen to the show and then watch the stories live on my Instagram, or vice versa. So you would watch it and be like, oh my God, what is the rest of the story? And then go listen to the show. So that was that was the whole idea on that. And that was called All the Vibes. There's still a few episodes up, but I haven't done anything with that in a very, very long time. So going back to marketing schedule and keeping your schedules organized, you need to create some kind of funnel system in your planner, like every single day, what day you're going to repurpose in order to get more downloads, in order to make more money, in order to make your show more visible and grow to multiple countries, many, many countries. I'm telling you, a system like this works. I've been doing this for almost 4 years straight. So again, if you need a visual, I have so many videos where I literally show you my exact system. You can copy it, make it your own, go right ahead. That's why I do these videos for you. They're all on my TikTok. You can find me at the Happy Workaholic. All of that will be in the show notes. And speaking of show notes are so important. And every single podcasting platform, Apple, Audible, Spotify, Stitcher, they all have different ways of showcasing the notes, but most of the time on an app, the embedded links are clickable. So if I'm telling you, go to my show notes, like sign up for my email list, go check out these products that I love. The link is embedded. So when you're listening, look at the show notes and you can click it and it will automatically take you there. So you can multitask while you're still listening to me talking, or anybody else for that matter. If you just have words that aren't clickable, it's going to hurt you. I promise you. Show notes also have to be SEO written. You need keywords. You need things that make sense. You want to have people coming to follow you, rating, reviewing, subscribing, signing up for your email list, following you on different platforms, joining your podcast community. All of that information needs to be in the show notes. When I repurpose every single episode, this episode is 265, we're almost at 300. All of that is copy and pasted into a blog. And I get followers from all around the globe coming from all different platforms because those links are there. So that is very, very important. So what else did I want to answer for you today? Okay, so if you do need the link for On the House Podcast School and you want to grab all of that content for free, all you need to do is go to thehappyworkaholic.com and sign up for my weekly newsletter. You'll immediately get emailed that, but also you will get an Excel document that I created to track your stats, your social media stats, your downloads, your home finances, your business finances, whatever you want to use it for, make it your own. I created that. I use it every first of the month to track all my numbers. If you want to schedule an hourly call with me, you could do so on my website. The Calendly link is right there. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, you know what? There is one other thing. Did I do? Okay, so I'll tell you two more things. So this is on my TikTok actually, but if you are an author and also a podcaster, an excellent way for you to, again, SEO, repurpose your shows is to have your podcast episodes going to your author page on Amazon. Prime real estate. I'm pretty sure it just needs to be uploaded as a blog post. If you're a blogger, you could do it as well. But again, I have WordPress through Blueberry, so that's how I upload. So as soon as I publish a podcast episode, it's immediately going to my Amazon author page, which is incredible. So I wanted to share that with you, share that with you, as well as remind you to just go on my TikTok and look at those videos because I literally show you how. And then some advertising ideas for you because somebody did ask me that. You could do local ads, you can do podcast swaps, you can run promos online, you can find somebody on Fiverr. Again, I hire them. I hire a ton of people from Fiverr for a lot of things. Next episode, I'm going to be talking about self-publishing, and I'll share with you the whole team I hired from Fiverr. You can hire specific people to promote your podcast in other countries. There are a lot of spammers, which I'm sure if you've had a show, or especially if you're on LinkedIn, I get this message at least 1 or 2 times a day and every single day. Sometimes I've gotten more than 5 and it's annoying. And there are people from other countries asking to promote your show, and it looks like spam through the system, so your show could get flagged and taken down. So just don't even do that shit. Just don't worry about the numbers. Just worry about the content. That's like the best piece of advice I can ever give you because you never know who's listening and you never know who's watching. And that is my best advice to you. And again, if you're a podcaster and author, get your podcast on your author page on Amazon. I'm telling you, it will do tremendous things for your show. I think those are all, I got through all the questions. I wanted to just answer all of these on one show for you as promised. And again, if you have any questions about IFTTT, Repurpose, Headliner, Audioburst, Blueberry, any of the other apps or anything else I've mentioned today, check out the show notes. And then if you need more, if you need a coaching call, you want to ask me another question, or you go through the podcast school and you want more, just reach out. You know where to find me, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you're into any self-publishing 411, stay tuned because that will all be on episode 266. I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts? I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.